I ordered this cool Strat guitar from Aliexpress exactly 1 year ago. So, does it still hold up? Let's find out. I had heard of the website Aliexpress. I knew about it. I had looked at it before, as well as another one called DHgate. But finally, about a year ago, I decided I would take the plunge and give Aliexpress a try for myself. I had read the horror stories, I had seen the videos on YouTube, some good, some not so good, but I finally decided, I'm gonna have to give it a try and see what happens. So for my first guitar purchase, and actually my first purchase at all for anything on Aliexpress, I went with this guitar. It is a Stratocaster replica. So I wanted something that was not too expensive so that if I did have a bad experience or something went wrong or the guitar was complete junk, it wouldn't be too much of a loss for me. So I searched around on the website, searched around. They had a lot of Strat replicas from a lot of different sellers, and I was looking for, one that looked cool, but also had maybe the lowest price. And this is the one that I ended up coming across. And I think the final price that I ended up paying was right around $125 maybe, and that included free shipping. And I had a good feeling right away because the seller was really responsive and good about reading my messages and answering my messages. So I asked him a couple of questions about the finish, about the color, about the neck, and I asked him, hey, can you put the Fender logo on it like that? And I sent him a picture, and he said right away, yeah, no problem. And look, he did. And then I also asked him, I said, hey, can you put the neck plate that says Fender Corona, California, like a real Fender? And he said, well, normally it doesn't come with that, but I'll do that for you. And guess what? He did. In the year since I purchased this guitar on Aliexpress, I have purchased several more. In addition to the guitars, I have purchased well over 100 other items, guitar parts, bridges, pickups, tuners, and as well as a few other odds and ends that maybe were not guitar related. And overall, guys, my experience has been very positive, very good. I have received almost everything that I've ordered in the mail, and the 1 or 2 times that I didn't, I got a refund very easily. If you want to hear my tips on how to get a good deal on Aliexpress, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because coming up very soon, I'm going to have a new video detailing how I think everybody should go about shopping on Aliexpress, specifically for guitars. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss that video coming up. I did a few upgrades after receiving the guitar. If you go back to 1 year ago in my videos, you will see there's an unboxing video from when I first got this guitar. And if you watch that, you will see maybe there's a couple of differences. Most noticeably is the pickguard and the pickups. This is not the pickguard and pickups that it came with. The guitar originally came with just a plain white pickguard with the 3 single coil pickups, which is pretty much standard for a Strat guitar. So shortly after receiving it, I ordered this new pickguard with the pickups, loaded, pre-wired, all set, ready to go. I ordered that also from Aliexpress, and then after I received it, I went ahead and installed it myself. It wasn't that hard. All I needed to do was solder the wires to the input jack, only 2 wires, and then I just had to solder that 1 ground wire in the back to the claw for the trim, where the springs attach. So just 3 things to solder, and that was a good learning experience for me as well, as far as practicing on how to do soldering, because since then I've done a lot more soldering, changing pickups in a lot of my guitars. What else did I upgrade and change on it? 2 things, guys. Locking tuners. So the guitar originally came with just your standard chrome tuners, but what was cool about them is they all had the Fender F logo on them. and they looked really cool. But the problem was I couldn't keep it in tune. I'd tune it up, I'd play it a little bit, and then the tuning kept slipping down, and the tuners were real loose. They just weren't tight enough to hold the tune. So upgraded to the locking tuners, and bam, solved the tuning problem. And again, where did I get the tuners? Aliexpress. Very inexpensive, great deal. And then the only other thing that I changed was the nut. I changed it to a real bone nut because usually when you order these guitars from Aliexpress, they just come with a really cheap plastic nut. I also took the neck off the guitar, checked the frets to see if there were any uneven frets, and guess what? There were. Because at this price point, guys, you know, you're gonna get some imperfections. They don't take a lot of time, especially on the fretwork. So I ordered one of the leveling sanders. Again, I ordered it from Aliexpress. And then I went ahead and did a very basic fret level and put the strings back on it. I think I had to shim the neck, strung it up, tuned it up, and then it plays much better. I was able to lower the action down, not really any fret buzzing, so good to go on that. And the neck profile on this guitar, guys, you can see it here. I don't know how well you can see that. It's a little bit beefier or chunkier than I would like. It's definitely got a thicker neck profile than what I have on a bunch of my other guitars, which are thinner, you know, a little more easier for me to grab onto, easier for fast playing. So the thicker, chunkier neck is not really totally suited to me. Of course I can play it, but I'm just more comfortable on a thinner neck profile. So the pickups on this are not super hot. They don't have a super high output like I would prefer in my other guitars for my shredding, hard rock, and heavy metal playing that I prefer to do most of the time. A little bit less output. So this guitar might be a little more suited to a little less aggressive music, rock, country, whatever. They sound good, they're just not super high output. And it's got the basic layout, guys. 2 tones, 1 volume, 5-way pickup selector. One thing that I did just for my personal preference, guys, is the pickup in the middle, I lowered it like almost all the way down. It has a tendency to get in the way of my pick when I'm playing, and I don't really use that pickup much anyway. And it's still usable, of course. I can still put it in the middle position and you can still hear that pickup. It just might be a little bit weaker since I lowered it down. So all in all, guys, a great deal on a pretty good guitar, and even with the upgrades that I did, the new pickguard and pickups, the bone nut, the locking tuners, it's still well under $200. Okay guys, the last thing that I'm gonna say about this guitar is, have you hit the subscribe button yet? Because if you haven't, you're gonna wanna hit it right now. This guitar could be yours. I am going to give this guitar away to one of my lucky subscribers. But guys, that's not gonna happen until I get to 1,000 subscribers. You heard it, 1,000. And you won't be eligible if you are not a subscriber at that time when I get to 1,000. So, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends to subscribe, share this video, get people to watch, your neighbor, your grandma, anybody and everybody, subscribe. And whenever my channel gets to 1,000 subscribers, I will post a new video with the details telling you how you could win this guitar. See you next time, guys.
into the fire. I'm falling into the fire.